There is nothing more important these days than e-commerce. Here's a news flash in case you haven't heard. The internet is not going away. And the person that we have to speak with you next is an expert in e-commerce. He's gotten his bachelor's degree in computer information systems. He has spent 10 years as a freelancer helping all kinds of organizations, from auto dealerships to dental offices to even Liberty dealers. He's spent the last 8 years working with Liberty Safe, and it is my pleasure to bring to the stage right now, put your hands together for Kyle Kraus. Kyle, come on up.
Great, nice to be here. I first want to recognize Kyle Johnson. He's in the back there in the blue shirt. He's new to the e-commerce team. Wanted to introduce him as a great resource if you have questions about any of your online orders. He's a person that you can lean on, and he's been great to have part of our team. The first slide that I wanted to go over is LibertySafe.com sessions over the past 2 years, and then 2023 is obviously where we're trending. You can see that we continue to put a huge emphasis and focus on LibertySafe.com, which in turn translates to more sales and foot traffic into your stores. That's the ultimate goal of LibertySafe.com, is to bring our dealers online sales, and it's part of our key strategy to growing our dealer network. Secondly, I'm bringing up blog sessions, and you might wonder why I'm talking about blog sessions, and you can see the growth that we're having with that. We have a big focus on our blogging, and as Bob of Liberty Safes in New York pointed out earlier, he's posting about guns and things like that, trying to connect with the gun industry, and we're doing the same. We're working hard to position ourselves as leaders not only in the safe industry but also in the gun industry, and providing real relevant content to our readers. The blog currently, as we look at our paths to conversion, the top 3 paths to conversion start off with organic. And so as people come to our website, either searching for gun safes or anything revolving around guns, their paths to conversion first start with organic, and then directly lead to either direct, pay-per-click, social, things like that before they complete their purchase. And if you think of your own purchasing flows, it takes several touch points until you finally make the decision to make a purchase, and we're seeing that as well. And that's why we're putting such a big emphasis on organic and on the blog. Currently, the blog bounce rate hovers around 25%, which is very low, and is bringing on average daily 2,200 visitors to the website. Here's our bounce rate over time. As we continue to look at LibertySafe.com and how we can optimize the website and optimize it for user experience, you can see that our bounce rate 2 years ago was at 45%, and it stayed that way in 2022, even when we were having such a crave of online purchases. But right now, the bounce rate on the website is 37%, and we continue to make changes that I'll show here later to even get that number lower. Revenue on LibertySafe.com in 2021 was around $12.5 million, 2022, $17.4 million, and we're trending right now in 2023 to be around $20 million. And as we continue to focus again on e-commerce, we want that number to rise, which again translates into sales for our dealers. This right here, we're making some changes to our product page layouts. We're going to a 3-column layout, and this should roll out at the 1st of July. You'll see here to the left, obviously there are some adjustments and changes we're making, but this gives you an overall idea. You'll see the safe to the left, a little snippet in the middle, and then to the right, you can see these accordions to where someone can select a size, then they're taking a selected color choice of their option, and then a lock option. You'll also notice at the very top, they start initially out with a 2D, and then they can select the 3D option or the 3D experience. And this is really important for our core web vitals, as our load times for the website will will decrease, so that a user, especially on mobile, when they go to our website, the web page loads at a much faster rate. Also, an important thing to note is that the Add to Cart button is above the fold. Now, if you're not familiar with what the fold means, it's the initial page that loads on your website before you have to do any type of scrolling. And so keeping that Add to Cart button above the fold so that the user doesn't have to do a lot of moving up and down on the web page is important, and will also increase our conversion rates on the website. This next image is the image after they have selected their size. They'll select their color and then lock choice, just giving you an idea of what that looks like. And then the next page, currently on mobile, users have the augmented reality where you can view a safe in your home, meaning that you can click on what safe you're wanting to view, the color option, and then click view in your home. And then using augmented reality, they can kind of, with their phone, place the safe in their own living space and see how that will look. On desktop, that's going to be rolled out to where a QR code, if they click view in your space on the bottom left of the player, a QR code is presented that will then allow them to scan that with their camera and view the safe in their own space. This right here that we're also rolling out on the 3D is measurements that will be part. This is an example of what it will look like. We don't have one of the safe yet, but it will give the measurements of the safe so that the user can more easily see what the measurements are. But an important thing that I want to bring out as well is that on the width of the safe, here you have the 30 inches. On the width of the safe, we're also going to have another measurement that will give minimum doorway requirements. We know that a lot of our dealers have had a concern to where someone will buy a safe based off of its exact measurements and then go to install it in their home, and it won't fit through a door, and our dealers are having to take a door off of a safe or make certain adjustments to get it in the space. So this right here, there will be a secondary measurement for the width that will give minimum doorway requirements so that the user can see and take their measurements and make sure that that safe will fit within the door or space that they're wanting. Another thing that we're adding are callouts. We'll be adding the callouts to the 3D models so that we can add additional callouts to the safe, whether that's calling out the fire protection, the lock mechanism, layers of fireboard, different things like that we can add on the 3D animation to get more information in front of our users right there above the fold. And with that, that is my presentation. If you have any questions about e-commerce, please feel free to grab me afterwards or during one of the breaks and ask me any questions that you'd like about e-commerce, and I'd be happy to help.
For Kyle. Well done, Kyle. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.